We have all been talked down to enough, and that's not going to work for anyone. We have to abandon all or nothing thinking and perfectionism in the environmental movement, which is why I love the concept of one green thing. Everyone is welcome, and you can start today, right now. Since the landmark water contamination case in Hinckley, California, and the film that told the story and bears my name, I hear from people across the country, and I show up to help whenever and wherever I can. But as I've said time and time again in my books, speeches, TV appearances, and even in the ABC TV show Rebel, no one is coming to the rescue. We have to stand up for each other because Superman isn't coming. It's up to us. We all have a role in climate action. One green thing will help you find how you can apply your talents and service to your family, community, and the climate movement. With determination and what I call stick-to-itiveness, we can do it. We have the power. The planet needs you. We all do. Erin Brockovich, consumer advocate and environmental advocate, author of Superman's Not Coming and The Brockovich Report.
Introduction. Mom and Dad, we are running out of time. I can't vote. You can't wait for us to clean up your mess and fix it. We need you to act now. My then 14-year-old daughter, Katie, pleaded. It was September 2019. We were talking to Katie and our younger daughter, Susan, about the upcoming climate strike and student walkout, inspired by young Swedish activist Greta Thunberg. The weather report called for heavy rain, so I offered to pick up Katie and drive her to the protest site after she left the high school. This parental gesture made perfect sense to me, since she had to carry her trumpet and her freshman backpack, which weighed a ton. Besides, the protest starting point was a mile away. Katie rolled her eyes and patiently explained to me, her environmental lawyer mother, that having a parent drive her to a climate walkout defeated its purpose. She said she was sick of all the praise for Gen Z, those born after 1997, that the planet was burning, and what were the Gen Xers and Boomers going to do about it? And then came her quiet tears. This response was the result of eco-anxiety. 10 years earlier, I had heard about eco-anxiety from my colleagues Kevin Coyle and Dr. Lies van Susteren of the National Wildlife Federation. They wrote a paper about the mental health impacts of climate change. But as the mom of 2 young kids, dealing with the issue seemed far off. After my conversation with Katie, when I asked other Gen X moms about eco-anxiety, they immediately understood. Although we grew up with John Hughes films, were latchkey kids, and stressed out about Cold War nuclear annihilation, Gen Z is different. One parent told me that her 20-year-old son asked what the wildfires were like in Northern California when he was little. He had no idea that fire season is a recent phenomenon there. One friend's 10-year-old loves to draw Godzilla. He explained that the mythic creature symbolizes our relationship to nature, then matter-of-factly told her it's too late to save the planet. Teen climate leader Jamie Margolin, who suffers from clinical anxiety, told the New York Times in 2020 that climate change is like Beyoncé. She said there wasn't a time in her life that she didn't know about either. And to be clear, eco-anxiety isn't something that only rich, privileged white folks experience. In poll after poll, Black, Indigenous, and people of color communities are more alarmed by climate change than other demographics, and understand that communities of color are typically most impacted by climate disruption. Katie's tears at the dinner table marked the moment this issue of eco-anxiety and intergenerational action to protect the environment hit home for me. Even after 20 years of experience in the environmental field, if my kids felt alone in climate action, what was going on around other dinner tables? I could pick up Katie's backpack and trumpet, but how would I encourage more people to address the overwhelming problem of the climate crisis? My dinner table conversation changed my professional direction. I knew right then and there that I had to do 2 things. First, I needed to understand the mental health impacts of the climate crisis. Second, I had to create a way for more people to see themselves in climate action. We needed these